Your loyalty to the mother of demons will be your undoing.
I'll put this to good use.
Your fate is
Supposed to be powerful. This won't end well for you. You forced my hand.
something like that.
Shots. My children will finally know true freedom. I rule the day just as easily as you rule the night. You rule the night? Maybe in some rat hole in Transylvania, but New York is my town. That is all about to change. Just as it began, your legacy ends. I'll make quick work of you. No one is to blame but himself. Get some. Payback's gonna be fun. Full circle. My salvation and my curse all began with you. A common refrain. Profound gift. Not everyone wants to bleed on the innocent. You never did understand that. I understood perfectly well. I just don't indulge weakness.
The light's gift. The advantage is mine.
Be mine.
You should have been more careful. You must not realize what you've done.
Lilith will be a dog's final weakness.
One of our allies is in danger.
I may require aid here.
Our friends aren't doing so well.
You did not think I was done, did you? No mercy for the servants of Lilith! You are too weak for this fight.
Lost children, you disappoint us, betray us. Shed the blood of your own.
No one hurts you more than family.
Join us in the light. We won't ask again.
You won't. But not for the reason you think.
I don't understand. Why aren't you?
To mass-produce the serum, you diluted my sample. Yes, it protected you from the sunlight, but each use of your powers burned more of it away. You are, as they say, running on fumes. And when those expire, so do you.
This isn't over.
It is, for now. Unless you'd care to stay for a walk in the park.
Back to the sewer, where he belongs.
Are you disappointed we didn't destroy him?
Nah, he always comes back. But knowing he's got to live with that humiliation almost makes it worth knowing you.
New York has the best food outside of Greece. Not that it matters to me. Congratulations, Hunter. Dracula's vampires suffered a major loss today.
You deserve the credit, Doctor. You did good work today.
The sunlight serum is so diluted it no longer poses a threat. The vampires have been cast back into the night, where they belong. I don't think I can properly express my relief. Hunter, if you had not been there to lean on throughout all this, I do not know how I would have survived.
This plague of vampires put stress on the whole team. We supported each other.
You are too kind. I'm glad I found such a welcoming family of heroes. And about that, Hunter, you should know that I will remain committed to the Midnight Sun's greater mission. You all helped me in my time of need. It is only fair that I return the favor.
Your support is much appreciated.
Marvelous. But before we move on, we must make one final decision regarding the sunlight serum.
We?
Well, yes. I value your guidance. My prototype sample is no more, but I still possess my research notes. I could continue my experiments in the hopes of curing myself and maybe others, unless the risk of it falling into the wrong hands seems too great.
I know the cost is great, but we cannot risk letting that information fall into the wrong hands. You must look for a cure elsewhere.
I was worried you would feel that way. But I will honor the request. I have carried this cross for many years. I am used to the weight.
I am sorry. It is for the best.
Never apologize for doing the right thing, Hunter. I'll see you around.
I'm sure I could have formulated an anti-sunlight serum with time, but I'm glad.
It seems we can finally put this ordeal with Morbius's serum behind us.
Thankfully, we have more important things to focus on now.
Hunter, thank you for not being overly harsh with Morbius.
I only did what seemed right at the time.
I would say you are wise beyond your years, but you have more years than most of us put together. Maybe that's what makes you so discerning.
And still no wrinkles.
Indeed. I am just glad that Morbius found some peace of mind. I am familiar with that journey. It's not easy. Be proud of your part in that, Hunter.
I can't believe I'm saying this aloud, but I think I figured out Dracula's master plan.
Go on.
There is a Lilith connection, but it's not direct. Dracula is acting like he knows the world is coming to an end. Didn't expect him to be an apocalypse prepper, but here we are. Think of every play he's backed so far. Some of his plans overlap, right?
I had noticed that.
That's because he's throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. It doesn't matter what plans fail. As long as one succeeds, he wins. The good news is, we're foiling his plans faster than he's setting them in motion. If we keep nipping these buds, he'll have nothing left. Let's debrief on the latest. Looks like Dracula's plan went up in smoke. See what I did there?
I do. Is the sunlight serum truly gone?
Dracula still has a supply, but it's barely effective, as you experienced. For a master plan, this one was a real dud.
Morbius shamed Dracula. The Lord of Vampires will rid himself of the serum.
I think you're right. Never mess with the sun.
You mean the suns?
But shh.
What?
It's a... never mind. Central is tracking all mention of the sunlight serum or anything like it. Unless it finds something, I think we're done here. Anything else on your mind?
Thanks, Carol.
Sure thing.
So I hear we kicked Dracula's undead butt. That's freaking awesome.
Despite his setback, do not consider Dracula defeated. He has survived centuries.
I don't think we've seen the last of Dracula, but I've got plenty of ass-kicking saved up for next time.
You were right, Blade. Morbius proved very useful today.
You know, even I'm impressed that he stared down Dracula.
So, did the two of you bury the hatchet?
We're not exactly friends, but I appreciate his experience in the field.
Sounds like someone is developing a grudging respect for the living vampire.
Okay, sure. Just don't tell him I said that.
You know grudging respect is the first step to real friendship.
It's time to drop this, Hunter.
Hey, a win is a win. Doesn't matter if the sun didn't used to work for us.
Peace.
So, have you noticed any ramps around here? Maybe a ramp-like slab of mostly level stone, kind of at an angle?
For what?
I want to jump the hell ride over the Abbey.
Why?
I see your why, and raise you a why not.
I cannot argue with that.
That's what I like about you, Hunter. You're a modern-day philosopher. But seriously, don't tell Caretaker.
Eddie, I found your notebook.
What? Oh, that's incredible! Where was it?
In your room.
Huh. Really?
That seems fishy. Why would it be there?
Because it is your room?
Yeah, which is why it would be the perfect place for someone to leave it after they read it. Hey, you didn't read it, did you?
I did. I am concerned about where your investigation is headed.
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not gonna kick a hornet's nest without taking precautions.
Are you sure there is a hornet's nest to kick? It does not seem like you have found anything.
Yeah, great. You too? As if Parker wasn't bad enough. Just let me finish. Then we can talk about what I found. Care for a drink, Hunter?
I thought you only drank blood.
Oh, there is a time and place for everything. I need blood to survive, but every now and then I like to experiment with something new.
What is on today's menu?
I'm not sure. It came out of one of Dr. Strange's bottles. All I know is it's blue and it tastes like moonlight. And lemons.
Are you in the habit of sipping mysterious cocktails?
Well, you could say that. An untested cocktail of my own design once gave me fantastic powers. And what is life worth if you cannot risk it?
I suppose the thrill of danger gives life greater meaning.
Then we are of one mind. I would rather die soaring through the air than burrowed safely in a cave. You may be interested to know that I was in the habit of taking risks long before I was afflicted with vampirism. I would never have won a Nobel Prize if I hadn't taken a few chances.
They award Nobel Prizes for chance-taking?
Yes. Well, no. Well, sort of. Who could say the story of human progress is built on the backs of those who dared to venture into the unknown?
What does someone do with a Nobel Prize?
It's really just a giant coin. Most people frame it or place it on a mantle. But if you're savvy, you can use the notoriety to gain research funding, and then perform experimental tests on your own body.
How often does that happen?
More often than you think.
Can I ask you a personal question, Doctor? Do you ever regret the risks you took to experiment on yourself?
A risk is not a risk if it does not hold the potential for regret.
It sounds like you have lived a hard life, but all your choices led you here. And for that, I am grateful.
I'll toast to that.
Then pour me a glass of blue moonlight.
You know, now that I've had more time with it, this might just be a spoiled smoothie.
I never doubted this outcome.
My childhood was terrible, Hunter. Tell me something good about yours.
Well, I enjoyed exploring the grounds around the Abbey, chasing animals and getting into sword fights with small trees.
Sometimes I wish I could go back in time. I may have been a sickly child, but life seemed simpler.
I guarantee those memories are better than the actual experience. And that is what makes memories worth treasuring.
I suppose you're right. Maybe someday I will look back on this period with longing.
Naturally. This is when you met me.
I don't think even my memories of you can compete with the real thing.
Doctor, do you ever think about having kids yourself?
Intriguing. I don't even know if I'm capable of such a thing anymore. But if I was, I would want to ensure that my spawn were not afflicted with my condition. What about you?
I would love to have kids and raise them to be strong, capable, and fight for what is right.
What's stopping you?
The ever-looming threat to our existence.
Ah. Yes, okay. Sounds like an excuse to me. I could not think of a better way to relax.
Doctor, I do not see a medical journal in your hand. Are you relaxing?
Ah, yes. It was finally time for a break. As they say in my home country, Fome volta. I'm taking a stroll.
Where are you from, originally?
Nafplio. It is a beautiful coastal city in the Peloponnese in Greece. You should visit sometime.
The only thing I know about Greece is from listening to my mother's tales about gods and multi-headed monsters.
Ah, but you see, the real Greece is even more magical than any of Homer's epics. You Odyssey it for yourself.
I see Peter has rubbed off on you, Doctor. Your pun game is improving.
I may be relaxing, but I have to keep my mind active.
If Greece really is that magical, what drove you to leave?
My childhood was good, but it was not easy. My disease often prevented me from going outside, and my social interaction was limited. After university, I continued my research to find a cure for my affliction. For that, I had to follow the money out of the country.
Did you ever catch the money?
Some of it. But gaining proper funding was always a battle. I wish I had access to Tony's financial planners back then.
Tony does not need to chase money. Money seems to run to him.
Thinking on the past conjures painful memories, Hunter. It's funny. The more I try to run from my past, the more I realize that my fortunes haven't changed.
What do you mean?
I cured a blood disease, only to trade it for a blood obsession. I'm still hideously disfigured, and I remain a shut-in who endlessly pores over books.
Some things must be different from your childhood, such as your insatiable thirst for blood.
Who said that was different?
You are joking. You are joking. Doctor, this is scary.
Can't talk long, Hunter. About to transcribe a 4-hour interview.
Is this about your investigation into the new breed vampires?
Yeah. Get this. I talked to a member of the Varney clan.
Really? The Varney line is ancient, older even than Dracula himself.
Exactly. So as you can imagine, the interview was full of juicy details.
I love a scoop. What is the craziest thing you heard?
Here's one. A number of farmers around Cleveland, Ohio have reported that something is preying on their livestock. Rumor is, it's a vampiric cow.
Eddie, seriously?
Hey, I know how it sounds, but I saw the photos.
I hope you have something better than vampiric livestock.
Well, here's the real kicker. Originally, I thought Dracula had abandoned his experiments on this new breed because he saw them as inferior, but that might not be the case.
What do you mean?
The vampire I spoke with, who will go nameless due to journalistic integrity, told me that this new breed of vampires have a corrupted or even non-existent soul.
And?
And? Don't you see? You can't kill someone who doesn't have a soul. Dracula planned to raise an unkillable army.
I do not understand.
Come on, Hunter. Hey, do rocks have souls? No, and you can't kill a rock.
Even if that made sense, how do you explain the vampires we have already killed?
They're all the defective vampires. Dracula is still trying to perfect the recipe.
Keep digging until you have a hole big enough to bury Dracula and all his new breed vampires.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. Honestly, you didn't even have to tell me once. Your mother may be one of the greatest challenges I have ever faced.
She is a formidable foe, but I have faith we will prevail.
I admire your conviction. What unnerves me the most is her ability to control others against their will.
You could ask Wanda what it is like.
Yes, she could provide some insight, but what do you think? What does it feel like to be under Lilith's control?
Whatever it is like, I hope neither of us ever falls under her spell.
Of course. But there is a small part of me that would like to experience it firsthand. Maybe it is the scientist in me. You know, I have a similar ability to hypnotically charm others.
So you can control people against their will?
It is a bit taxing for me, and anyone with a strong sense of will can break free of my control. But yes, though now I wonder what my victims experience.
Doctor, did you ever try to...
To control you?
Yes. I have a strong will. I would fight it.
I would expect no less. Of course, that is exactly what I want you to believe.
Doctor!
You are feeling very forgetful. You will not remember this conversation. You will also wait on me hand and foot.
How about I feed you your feet instead?
Ah, look at that. You've broken the spell. You are strong-willed indeed. I really needed that after our last battle.
Hey, Hunter. I want to thank you for giving me such a long leash while I investigated this new breed of vampires.
I could not have stopped you if I tried.
Maybe you're right. But about that, I'm actually putting a pause on the investigation.
Really? You were so excited.
Yeah, it probably seemed that way. Look, I know I have a talent for finding compelling stories that others too often overlook. But deep down,
I often feel like I have no idea what I'm doing.
You are not alone in that.
I appreciate that, Hunter. Fact remains that I rarely know which story I'm chasing until I've spent days, or sometimes weeks, running after it. And even then, sometimes there is no story. I should have listened to you earlier. It saved a lot of time. Now, I need a break. I'm now 100% focused on defeating Lilith. Dracula's new breed mystery can wait.
Of course. Whatever you think is best.
Thanks for being understanding, Hunter. Hopefully, someday, I can fill you in on all the details.
Salutations, Hunter. I'm a bit out of sorts. I don't have anything to do at the moment. Am I actually having a bit of downtime?
Seems like it.
I don't know what to do with myself.
If you truly have downtime, then I suggest that you sleep. A good rest can be more powerful than the most potent elixir.
I've brewed some pretty powerful elixirs in my time, but I couldn't tell you the last time I got a full 8 hours rest. What about you?
I was dead for hundreds of years. The most restful time ever.
Yes, well, I hope I can get the rest without the dying.
I do not think you will have to wait long for some other crisis to appear.
Yes, I think you are right. I should cherish this time while I have it. For the moment, I will just be.
The tower bells are ringing. My favorite childhood prank, but I have not heard them in so long. Caretaker must be wincing right now. Or maybe this was her idea of a joke.
When I was a child, we had a saying, grab an egg and shave it.
Are eggs hairier in Greece?
No, but that is the point. The expression signifies you are faced with an impossible, no-win scenario. Over the years, I have been forced to shave a lot of eggs.
Good thing you have practice. You and I still have a few eggs to shave.
True. Your mother is a very large egg, but I still have hope that we will crack her shell.
I think the analogy is getting away from you.
My point is that I'm constantly fighting impossible odds. And no matter how often I defy the universe, it always twists a knife deeper into my gut.
You have lived a hard life, and you deserve a rest. Do you wish to leave the group?
Oh, no. I'll fight at your side to the end. You deserve that much. I just hope our battle is over soon.
Me too. But if we travel together, maybe the journey will not feel as long.
I'm continually impressed by your counsel, Hunter. When I'm down, you find a way to make me feel better.
That is what teammates are for. We make up for what the other lacks.
Yes, you are like the yin to my yang.
Actually, I was hoping I could be the yang.
Hunter, you can be whatever you want. At the risk of sounding overly sentimental, let me say one last thing. When I first arrived in the Abbey, you had reservations, justifiable reservations, about letting a vampire into your home. I would not have blamed you if you had kept me on a short leash. But you welcomed me into your home and made me feel like a valued member of the team.
I am sorry for how we treated you. You reminded me that I should not judge the book by its cover.
Please, you have nothing to apologize for. You have grown into my most trusted ally. I look forward to our next adventure.